Bradley Podliska at first blush seems an unlikely target of the wrath of his former bosses, the Republicans on the House Benghazi Committee. An Air Force Reserve's intelligence officer, Podliska is a self-described conservative Republican who once interned for the Conservative Media Research Center.
I just want to state for the record, I'm not here to absolve Hillary Clinton of any wrongdoing. Hillary Clinton, in the end of this, is going to have a lot of explaining to do.
What do you think Hillary Clinton needs to explain?
Unfortunately, I'm not permitted to get into any more details than that.
Podliska says in March the investigation took a turn after the New York Times broke the story of Hillary Clinton using a personal email server for State Department business. After that happened, the investigation's broader focus narrowed, he says.
And I was told that things were now changed, that this was going to be what they termed an agency-centric investigation. This actually meant that they were going to focus on Hillary Clinton and on the State Department. I was focused on other agencies, other individuals, other organizations that, for the post-attack piece were responsible and I thought were culpable and should be held accountable for what they were doing.
Podliska had been mainly investigating the intelligence agencies and the post-Benghazi talking points, why the administration initially blamed the attacks incorrectly on an anti-Muslim video.
In June, I was meeting also once again with senior leadership, and they told me, they were angry at me. They said, "We know that you have your post-attack piece. Only right-wing nut jobs care about that." And what they were referring to is they were referring to Representative Jim Jordan. I'd worked very closely with Representative Jordan. I will say he's an honest, decent, trustworthy man. This guy rolled up his sleeves. He was willing to investigate any organization, any individual, any agency, as long as he could find the truth for the victims' families.
But now Podliska is preparing to sue the committee for firing him, he says, because of his need to take time to serve in the Air Force Reserves and for objecting to what he calls a partisan hyper-focus on the Democratic presidential candidate. The committee denies these charges, saying in a statement that Podliska never mentioned Secretary Clinton at any time during his counseling for deficient performance or when he was terminated. The committee says as the mediation process prepares to wrap, he has demanded money from the committee. The committee has refused to pay him, and he has now run to the press with his new salacious allegations about Secretary Clinton.
As you know, the committee says that they fired you for other reasons, including putting classified information on an unclassified system.
A complete and total fabrication. I was accused of a security violation, along with several other people. When I asked them, "Hey, what here is classified? What classification manual did you use?" He said, "I didn't use a classification manual." I said, "Well, honestly, you could have gotten that information from Wikipedia that I put in there. How is this classified?" And he backed down. He said, "Look, it's not classified, it's just sensitive information." And I left it at that, and the next thing I know, I was being charged with it for a security violation.
What do you say to any viewers out there who think that you might have an axe to grind, but you're only talking because you were fired?
I have a conscience. There's wrongdoing here, and I think it needs to stop.
Today, Democrats sent out what they said is further evidence that the committee is focused only on Clinton, including abandoning plans to interview intelligence and defense officials and conducting monthly hearings with defense, state, and intel officials involved.
There are Democrats out there who want to disband the committee. Should the committee be disbanded?
I don't believe so, no. I think this is a very important topic, and I think that we have answers to provide both the victims' families and the public. The truth is, is out there, and I don't want to disband it.
Do you think that the results of the committee, based on what you saw, will be fair, comprehensive, thorough, professional, honest?
No, it's not possible. The victims' families are not going to get the truth. And that's the most unfortunate thing about this.
Now, of the charge that senior members of the committee staff referred to Congressman Jim Jordan of Ohio as a, quote, right-wing nut job, a spokesman for the House Benghazi committee says, quote, that's another false, unsubstantiated claim by Podliska. The spokesman also says that Podliska was told to stand down on that project, quote, because he wanted to create a sensational and conclusory presentation that was not related to the committee's investigative plan. Now, the chairman of the committee, Congressman Trey Gowdy of South Carolina, has so far declined CNN's invitation to give his side of the story on CNN. Gowdy did issue a statement in which he falsely claimed that CNN did not contact the committee before we, quote, rushed to air Podliska's claims. Again, this is not true. We contacted the committee before reporting a word of the story. We included the committee's statement in our very first CNN.com story. We included it the next day when we broadcast the interview, and we invited Congressman Gowdy to appear on air, an invitation he declined then. It remains open today. Jake Tapper, CNN in Las Vegas, Nevada.